So after I shot the first video, I had a lot of requests to describe the differences between the first generation and the second generation. So some are obvious, some are not so obvious. When I shot that intro video just now, I just tried to play a little finger style, a little slap on both. And you can hear there's a tonal difference. I mean, I haven't listened back yet, but I mean, when I play it, I can hear it. And I think the sound is definitely more responsive that you feel. So the first obvious difference is the pickups, the new Marcus Miller J Revolution, they're calling it, in the vintage, and these just have the regular vintage jazz bass set in the series 1. So there's an obvious difference there, and it's a hard thing to describe. You know, it's more of a response kind of thing, the way the bass responds when you play it. I brought it to Berkeley and I played it through an amp on Friday all day, and it really just responded better. It was clearer. The sound's a little clearer. It's punchier. It seems to speak a little bit better. Had a bunch of teachers try it, and they all really liked it. There is a big difference. It may not sound that different in the recordings because they both sound really good, but there definitely is a difference in the response and the playing of it. And I certainly, this is quite a step up, you know, from this bass here, which is very good, but this is definitely a step up. So that's the first thing. The preamp has definitely been tweaked, and the pickups are definitely more responsive. So the other thing, the second thing here, and I'm going to try to post some pictures with this as I go through. I'll see what I can muster up here. The second thing that's kind of obvious here is the fingerboards on the V7s, the regular ones. They went from rosewood to ebony. So obviously I've got a vintage model here, so that's kind of a moot point here, right? They're both maple, same thing, you know, as the old one here. It does feel a little different, though. The profile of the neck feels a little different, not drastically different, but a little bit different. The biggest difference you feel are the frets being rolled over. It's the same on the vintage. You still have the same 2mm frets, 2mm frets on the vintage. They went up to 2.4 on the regular V7, and that's more like, I guess, what we would call jumbo frets, you know, on a Fender, which I like a lot, and those are on, you know, some of the mid-70s probably basses, you know, they have those jumbo frets, but these are great. These are a nice size, really good. The biggest difference here, and it's huge. You know, it doesn't seem like a big thing. When you just look at this, it's hard to even tell. But if you feel it when you play it, is the edge of the fingerboard is rolled over, is smooth, and it's round. And that's that soft feel I always don't like in other basses. They always feel flat. They play fine, they sound fine, everything like that. But then, you know, I get to my basses and they have that round. I always described it as a soft feel. And this has it. They went through and they totally changed that, and this is totally smooth now through here, and it's awesome. It sounds great. This is the I have the the alder body on both of these basses. These basses both have the alder body. It comes with an ash option also. Okay, so that's a huge difference. It seems like a small thing, but to a player, the feel and just that is, you know, that's enormous for me. They say they changed the neck profile a little bit. I don't really notice a big difference in the shape of anything here. I mean, maybe a little bit. I can definitely tell the string spacing is a little bit narrower on the Gen 1 than on this Gen 2. So I don't know if the neck is a hair wider or not. I don't think so. It still feels comfortable. And the bridge is the same, and you could probably just adjust that, you know, make up for adjustments. So I did change the strings on both before I played it. I put the strings that I use on my regular basses on both of these basses, and they were fresh. So it was equal, okay? When I ran the sound on the intro, I had the EQ exactly the same. Everything mid, everything panned in the middle, and on the active switch on both basses. So it was identical setup, no EQ on the recording, direct into the Scarlett 1818 into my laptop, and no EQ at all, not on the mix or anything. So that's just flat sound in there. That's what it sounds like, okay? Another feature is the pickup covers here. So they went from the two plastic covers, they now have an ash piece of wood here. This is wood, and it's inset, which is really nice. You want that. You want the inset because the old one On this, they had the two covers and, you know, the plastic. I mean, it works and everything, but if you've got a belt on or a shirt on or something like that, it's going to start scuffing up on there, you know. And the old one, the neck plate is just bare. And the new one here, it's got a bit of a, just a Sire on there, and it's got an etching on there. I'll post a picture of it during the video. I'll shoot a picture and I'll put it up there for you to see. So that's a big difference. The covers come on, they used to only come on the 4-string. Now they're coming on the 5-string also, and so you can get the pickup cover. Of course, I don't use it. I can't play with that on. Marcus plays with that on because he uses that for his palm to get his distance for the popping, but I use my knuckles into the pick guard, so that's what I do. And little changes. They put it, you know, just to note it on the serial number. There's a, it's probably upside down, but anyway, I'll put a picture of it. It now says 2N or something like that on the serial number, just to designate that it's the second generation of the Sire. So all in all, that's the difference. I mean, you can hear the sound. They both sound good, but I can tell you, playing it is a different experience. You know, it's really much better, you know, in playability wise, tone wise, responsiveness. It's the best way I can say it, is the notes jumping when you're playing. And I like the string spacing and everything. That one's a little narrower, but, you know, you get used to that. That's not a big deal. Some like it narrow, some don't. That's personal. Oh, the string tree too. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. So here now you have a new string tree encompassing the 3 strings, the A, which was always, you know, popping off on the other basses, and then you have the old string tree on that. So that's just taking the D and the G string. Now you've got the A string covered too, and that's really nice to get that pressure down on the nut, so the string doesn't pop out or vibrate and buzz and stuff like that. So those are minor things. It's cool and everything, but really the sound, the playability, it really is beautiful. It feels great. I don't notice maybe the neck. This maybe is a little thinner, the old neck, but again, that doesn't matter. To me, it's about sound. It's about feel and playability. So I hope that helps. I'm going to post some pictures of it. I really like this bass. It's really good. I'm going to play it more. I'm going to take it out on some gigs. And I hope that helps with just clarifying between the two. It's dynamite. It sounds great. I'm not just saying that, you know, I'm pretty fussy in what I like. I have some of the best basses, you know, made over here on the side. And, you know, that's what I'm comparing things to. So it's kind of hard for me to, you know, compare anything to what I have. And this is great. This is awesome. Like I said, I played it at Berkeley. I'm going to bring it again this week and play it some more live, but it sounded great in the classroom and stuff. And I'm going to take it on some gigs and we'll try it out. So maybe down the road, I'll post some videos, some Groove Yard videos playing on it, right? So I hope that helps. I'll post some pictures so you get to see close up some of the features and what I'm talking about. And, you know, write me with any questions. I hope that settles some stuff there, okay? Thanks. Click that like button.